Hey, welcome back again. We have some more what the heck is going on with another band right now. Sleep Token deleted. Well, they did not delete. They wiped their Instagram. And people are absolutely freaking out. People are freaking out on Reddit, on X. I'm still never going to get used to calling it that. And there have so many theories as to what happened and what's going on. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down. We're going to see, how what we think is the case, and then we want to hear from you. So
Yeah, it's been a pretty wild week. Last week we talked about what the hell was going on with Slipknot after we saw the new Funko dolls come out, and one of them is Jay Weinberg, obviously after they let him go. So a lot of confusion going on, and nothing new for metal. Everybody's being dramatic about it. This is not a surprise. This is not new for metal fans. We are among the most dramatic bunch in all of music, maybe the most, I think, for sure. And it's healthy sometimes. What's not healthy though is what some people did with Sleep Token here. So it seems like they had to delete their Instagram because somebody went out and found the birth certificate of three. We don't know
grade A
three's
creep.
real name. They think they might. But unless it says, I think what Craig Reynolds tweeted, it's like unless it says Sleep Token on the birth certificate, like how could you just prove that he's in the band because that's his birth certificate? Like we all have birth certificates. Uh, it doesn't say we'll be in Sleep Token one day. So I don't really understand the point of one even trying to find the birth certificate, two posting it publicly. Like it's just fucked up.
Yeah, I think that there's just like it's a case of that, like, I like to know everything syndrome, and I want to be the one who either shares the information or they want everybody to be hearing it from them so that they look like they're the primary source. And in this case, it's just making you look like an asshole, and everybody's really mad about it. One person wrote, "The fact that someone went and found Three's birth certificate and posted it, forcing him to delete all social media, is absolutely disgusting. This person may have single-handedly ruined Sleep Token for everyone." So, as that person pointed out, Three actually deleted all of his social media profiles too. So he didn't just wipe his clean, his are gone. And then somebody else said, "I fucking hate Sleep Token's fan base. I just learned about the birth certificate thing. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? I'd wholeheartedly sympathize with them if they wanted to pack it all in at this point, and what a blow it would be if they did. Congrats, everyone."
It's always kind of fun when a new band comes along who is anonymous because it's like, let's play the game. Let's see how many years, or if you just joined Slipknot and happen to have a couple revealing tattoos, it doesn't take very long to figure out that you're V-Man. But usually it goes on for a pretty long time, even like we saw with Ghost. Surprising how long they've managed to keep it under wraps, especially like in the social media age. Their girl from Behemoth kind of blew them up a little bit before they totally went public that it is Tobias, which was a bit of an oopsie there, which happens. Everybody's backstage at a festival having fun. But it's no accident finding someone's birth certificate. What the hell? Why? I Because they've got a mask, like you think they're a monster, you need to prove that they were born a human and not like some hatchling or something like that. I have no idea what possesses somebody to go looking for this type of information. And I think what Sleep Token did deleting the Instagram is kind of like a fuck around and find out, like, oh, you want to do that? Like, watch what we do to you with your favorite band. What if we just disappeared right now? And did you catch what they changed in their bio on Instagram?
Yeah, I was just going to say, so they wiped their Instagram clean, and the quote in their bio says nothing lasts forever. And of course, my mind immediately goes to November Rain. But we all know
Of
that
course.
they're either alluding to the end of the band, or the end of an era, or the end of them being anonymous. I don't know. We have no idea what it means, but that's why people are freaking out, because they're like, holy shit, if this one person went and ruined it for all of us and the band is actually going to end because their identity was disclosed, then like you're a horrible horrible person. Like, just as much as it is important for Sleep Token to be anonymous, it's important for their fan base to maintain that. They all,
Respect the
not
band.
all. A lot of people know who the members really are, but they haven't said it because it's just part of the whole idea of the band is that it's Vessel and members 1, 2, and 3. So if you're going and throwing their names out there and their address, I don't know if that's actually been confirmed or not, but there's a lot of people on X saying that the person who shared their birth certificate, it was member 3, also shared their address. And that's just borderline stalking and shouldn't
No,
even
it's
really be
straight up
legal.
stalking. What is wrong with people? And it's like it's such a cool moment right now for Sleep Token fans because they're starting to evolve as a band and what they're showing everyone publicly. And like we saw too, the drummer who just did his very first public interview. And it was with Drumeo, a really cool video going over a lot of different influences. And they pitch shifted the voice to keep it hidden. And like this is fun. And they're just starting to branch out, and it's more than Vessel doing the talking here. And who knows what the opportunities are going to be ahead for one, for three, what else two is going to be doing. And like, did that just get ruined? Is that something that's off the table now? Do they have to change all of their plans because now maybe identities are leaked or known, and that alters everything else that they have to do?
For some reason, it just feels like there always is at least one person who wants to be the bad guy and like wants to ruin the fun for everybody else. Like we
Mm-hmm.
even on our very serious stories, sometimes there's still always one person in the comments asking what Corey Taylor thinks about it. There's always that one who just wants to be stirring the pot and causing trouble and having the outlier opinion and the outlier behavior as a fan of whatever.
Yeah, and the whole like wiping the Instagram clean, it's something we've seen a lot of recently. Bad Omens, Noah Sebastian did it, and another one of his bandmates, Nick, did it. And then we saw Paramore wiped everything clean after Haley Williams was like, "I'm getting off social media" a couple years ago, but then like kind of using it again. Then Roddy Radke from Falling in Reverse wiped like all of his stuff clean except for one photo. Poppy did it. So it's not like this has never happened before, and like we still have all these bands. Paramore came back and they teased like Talking Heads cover. Not really the comeback statement that fans were thinking of. Like
No.
we have good news, big news.
Ba,
Make
ba,
of it
ba,
what you
ba,
will.
ba, ba, ba,
But
ba,
still
ba.
doing something. They're still doing something. All these bands are still doing something. They're not going away. So I don't think Sleep Token are going away. Like they just had, if I don't know if you guys saw this, everybody watching, that Sleep Token, of all the metal albums that came out in 2023, their album had more streams on Spotify than anybody else, more than Metallica. So there's differences with what the ages of fans and using Spotify. There's a million different ways we could break that down. But either way, it is so damn impressive because it was a lot more. And we just kind of assume Metallica are going to be number one at anything. But like, Lauren, what do you think would be the next kind of relaunch that we see here from Sleep Token?
So all the artists that you mentioned that have done that before, they all pretty much did it for different reasons, right? So with Bad Omen's case, like Noah Sebastian did an interview where he was basically saying the way he was using social media, he didn't see it as healthy because he was always seeing people's comments and opinions about him, and that people were sharing collections of photos from him from when he was a baby and from his childhood, and he thinks that it's creepy and was like, if
I do
I
too.
did that of like a woman that I like thought was really cool and idolized, I would be labeled as creepy and like this and that. So and then in Paramore's case, it was because they were getting ready to promote something.
What's the next tour date that they have coming up? Let's
April.
check
So
this out.
they're going on tour in Australia in April, and then their first, as of now, US performance is Sick New World in Las Vegas, April 27th. And then they are doing Sonic Temple and a couple of other like random smaller shows like at Red Rocks, and there's one in New York City, I think at Radio City. So
Okay.
they have
Smaller. Smaller
yeah,
than a festival. Still pretty big though.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, Red Rock's definitely not small. But anyway, so I mean, I don't think they're gonna go and cancel any of that. I saw some people freaking out online saying if they start canceling tours, I'm gonna, and then they started saying pretty bad
There's no
things.
way.
So
They're
yeah, no.
doing way too well right now. Streaming live, they just played that big show in the UK where Vessel lost his voice, and everyone's like, "Don't worry about it, dude. We got you. We're gonna sing every single song, and it'll be fine." So I think things are just way too hot for Sleep Token right now to pause or do anything and like take a hiatus with the band. If they're trolling their fan base back in any way, I think that's awesome.
That's
Like
kind of what I
full
yeah.
full support for that. And it really shows you that the band still does have the power over everything, and just be respectful. Respect people's privacy. Respect the band. If you are a fan and you love this band as much as you say you do, don't go and do these things.
Yeah, I think with anything that happens in music, anything that happens in pop culture, it's all cyclical, and this isn't something that's going to be talked about for a long time. So maybe they're just going to wait for everybody to cool off and stop talking about it, and then because they know the media is going to pick up on it, us, they know that it's going to be everywhere. So maybe they just want to wait for it to cool down, use this as an opportunity to kind of like you said, troll their fan base, wait for everybody to shut up and stop talking about it, and then just come back and go on as if nothing happened.
They built, yeah.
Especially because so many of their fans are defending them and saying like, we don't want to know. We wanted to keep this a secret. Like that's the whole fun in the band and being a fan of the band. So yeah, I don't think that they would throw that all away. They're probably just kind of trying to scare everybody right now, which is social media is a
If they
powerful
are, I
thing.
love it.
Yeah, like Sid Wilson scaring the shit out of everybody, like making it sound like he was leaving Slipknot when he said say goodbye to this guy. Or
Oh my, but that's because nobody could be bothered to read all of like what 8 words that were there. Like just wait, finish what he said before you start freaking out and your entire life starts melting down. Like we understand, Slipknot fans have been on edge for a little
they've
while,
been through it.
but take a breather. It could be okay. The band's been through a lot of bad stuff before, and y'all came back and loved them. So let's read some comments from last week's video. The good, the bad, everything in between, and shout out some of our favorites. And then there's got to be at least probably 10, but what's this Corey Taylor thing comments in there? A valid question, actually, that time.
One of my favorite ones was the person who said, I started getting into Slipknot about 6 months ago, and right now it's my favorite band. I feel like I chose the worst time to become a maggot, LMAO.
Yeah, at least they have a sense of humor about it, though. Just go back and enjoy the old stuff for now, I guess.
Yeah.
No, there will be good things coming. They're doing that 25th anniversary tour at the end of the year. Hopefully, some other dates get announced in between. Let's see. Been listening to Slipknot for 20 years now, and I gotta say, seeing the band in the state breaks my heart. That's a long-term investment, and to have already been through a lot, and then just like, here we go again. Not so easy. Being in a band is a lot of work. I'm just gonna respect the decisions made. There will always be a difference of opinion and perspective from fans and the band. Peace. Well said. Somebody trying to be civil and keep the peace here. I like it. Here's a positive one. The purpose of a band is to create unique music that people will listen to. A successful band has music that is timeless. Slipknot is both of those things. So I will continue to enjoy their music and the artists who contributed. To say anything else would be out of my job title as a fan. Job title as a fan. How much are you getting paid to be a Slipknot fan? Can we get in on this?
Someone said, we have to remember that they're in their 50s. They're no longer spring chickens who no longer can go on the way they did when they were in their 20s. Although I'm not okay with what's going on in the band, I don't know what's going on in their minds or behind the scenes. So that's someone who's just kind of giving like a neutral perspective.
It was nice to see. Not everybody was superly overly negative. For once, speaking of metal fans being so dramatic, like we did at the beginning here. So yeah, well done, everyone. Not too bad there. So we'll see what happens. Keep your eyes on loudwire.com. If we see anything, we're definitely going to be writing about it. You'll see that in the news. We'll see what else happens. But be well, Sleep Token fans. Don't be creepy. Don't do messed up things. Just chill. Enjoy the music. Enjoy the ride. Let's keep it anonymous. Let's have some fun. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out the Loudwire merch store. And we'll be back next week talking about, who knows? We'll see.
A lot can happen between now and then. So it's, 2024 has been pretty unhinged so far. But yeah, let us know. Let us know what you think and what your head's at and everything, because we want to discuss.